If you love IM headphones, for example, these, and maybe thought, I would love for them to be Bluetooth, well, there's a product for that, which is this right here from the brand KZ. And there's quite a few things you need to know because there is a caveat, but could be a pretty interesting option for you. First of all, what is this and what can you do with it? Well, they're a pair of ear hooks which you connect to iEMS and they give you, well, wireless functions. For example, they give you 8 hours of continuous playing, up to 40 hours with the charging case, which is pretty crazy. But the part that surprised me the most, you can get ANC, which means you turn your IM headphones into full-blown true wireless headphones with ANC, which is crazy to me. I've never seen that before. I've tried these hooks in the past from a brand called CZA, but it didn't have ANC. So I've been trying these out for a week, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what I think about them. They also come with LDAC codec, so you can get the best quality you could get out of Bluetooth connections, and the Bluetooth version that's with them is 5.4. By the way, also KZ says they have almost no latency, which we'll talk about in a few minutes, with 55 milliseconds for gaming mode. First thing you should know, these hooks are pretty easy to use. They don't have any adjustment. You just slip them on, and at least for my ears, they seem pretty comfortable. They don't flap that much compared to other headphones that are actually true wireless and have the same shape. For example, Soundpeats or True Free have a couple of these, and those do flap with me. These don't. So not bad. You can actually wear them for running or going to the gym if you want, because they're pretty comfortable in my opinion. These don't have an app, but they do have touch controls, and you can answer calls, you can also skip song, you can activate gaming mode, activate ANC, and even transparency mode. So you have everything integrated to a couple of buttons. And the nice part is that the buttons are on the stem on the bottom, so you're not consistently poking your ear, which can be pretty annoying on touch controls on regular earbuds. Now, remember, I told you there was a caveat at the beginning of this video, and the main caveat with these is the shape. There's 2 pins on the bottom, and the first thing I thought, well, maybe any brand of iEMS can actually fit these, but no, I was mistaken. Not even every single KZ fits these. You have to make sure the iEMS you have the stem sticking out on the earbud itself, so they can go inside the hook. If they don't have this shape, they will not be compatible. So take that into account. You won't be able to use these with any brand, which I think is a miss by KZ. They could have easily created an adapter, just sticking it to the pins, so you can actually connect to any brand of earbuds. And that would definitely make these sell a lot more. Now, there's another advantage to these, which I think is pretty neat. And that means you can now answer phone calls with your iEMS. And that is pretty cool. Now, is the microphone any good? Well, you guys tell me. This is what it sounds like. So this is the microphone from these adapters. I think it sounds okay, but definitely not as premium as you would find in other brands, like maybe a pair of Sony WF Mark M5s. Now, those sound a little bit better in my opinion, but I think they do an okay job. I just wouldn't use them for something as professional like maybe a work call. But what do you guys think? Drop a comment below. Sound quality. Well, that obviously depends on the earbuds you have on them. So it makes no sense to give you a review of how these sound because it depends completely on the IM you put on them. If you choose a pair of IMs that are more focused towards bass, well, they're gonna sound more bassy. If you want a more balanced pair, well, they're more balanced. These don't have an app, so you can't equalize them digitally, which makes sense because IMs are not meant to be equalized the same way that earbuds are. So depending on the IM you put on these, is the sound quality you're gonna get. Noise cancellation, how strong is it? Does it work well? I think it's okay. And I also think the noise cancellation is also gonna depend on the IM, how snug the tip fits inside your ear, because noise cancellation does work through a microphone on the stem, but I also think it helps a lot if the earbud itself isolates well. But taking into account what the microphone does, I can more or less tell you it isolates between 85 and maybe 88%. Those are just percentages I'm making up because I have no way of actually measuring it. But that's what I think they actually isolate. They're not as strong as what you would find on other dedicated true wireless, especially the premium ones. But they do isolate, and it's a nice touch in case you want to take your IMs, for example, on a plane. It's pretty uncomfortable to have IMs on a plane if you're in a long flight. The turbine actually starts filtering in. But with these, you don't have that issue, and most likely you will have much better sound quality that you would have on regular earbuds or AirPods or any type of wireless, true wireless earbuds. Now, the most important part, the price. What are these going to set you back for? Well, they have a price right now of $90. They're not cheap. I actually thought they would be a little bit cheaper considering they're only an accessory and you have to put the earbud on them. So you have to pay $90 plus the iEMS you want to put on these. They are definitely not cheap. I also think they're a niche product because a lot of people that buy true wireless earbuds don't have necessarily iEMS. But if you have iEMS and you consider yourself maybe an audiophile, that's where these will come in handy. And I do think some people will like them. Considering the price, it's a nice gadget you have only if you have KZ earbuds. So again, I would have liked to see an adapter for other brands or other type of connections, but no, you can only connect most of KZ iEMS. They even say it on their webpage. It says most of them. It doesn't say all of them. Take that into account and please look at the connection so you know if they're actually compatible or not. If you are interested in buying them, I will drop an affiliate link down below in the description. And also maybe check out this video, which is also pretty interesting and I think you might like. And don't forget to drop a like and subscribe because it always helps us out quite a bit.